Greetings and salutations, my dearest friends. My name is Samantha, and today I'm going to be doing a video kind of explaining how I rate books on Goodreads and how I give them a star rating. What is a 5-star to me? What is a 1-star to me? We're just gonna chat about it. It's a super chill video, so let's do it. Hello, how are you? Welcome or welcome back to my channel, and welcome back to Vlogmas. Welcome back to Vlogmas, guys. Do I know what's going on with my hair? No. Are we gonna pretend it's fine? Yes. So today is hair washing day. I desperately need to wash my hair, like desperately need to wash it, but I also really needed to film, so this is what you get. Look at this little ponytail. Oh my god. We're gonna ignore it. Please ignore it. Please ignore it. So I know there are literally so many book apps, and I have so many reading journals, like literally so many reading journals. For me, the easiest way to track books is through Goodreads. I just track them through my read shelf and want to read shelf, and I give them a star rating. Sometimes I will write a review on Goodreads, but it's very rare because I'm really a lazy person, and I know I'm just going to end up reviewing it on my channel anyways. So yeah. I normally rate books between a 1 and 5-star rating. I try to avoid half-star ratings. I try to just give them like an even number, but every once in a while I will give a half-star rating. Really quickly, I mentioned reading journals, so let me just like show you which one I use. I use this one. It's honestly kind of like a notebook. I got it off of Amazon. I will leave a link down below. Pretty cool because you can like on the front page write all of your book titles and what genre they are. Obviously all I read is romance, and you get like a full page for a review. So you have the author, the publisher, the genre, your review, the star rating, all types of things. So if I really want to be fancy and like write down my thoughts for a video, I do like to use some type of reading journal. Then a lot of times I will just use a bullet journal. So this is my random bullet journal that I got. I think I got it from like Michael's or Amazon, and I literally just write all of my notes for my videos because I always forget character names. Always forget character names. So how do I rate my books? Now I'm going to say I rate my books by emotion value, if that makes sense. What did this book make me feel? If it made me cry, if it made me like want to throw the book across the room, if it made me swoon, if it made me blush, I'm going to give it a high rating. I want to be in an immersive experience. I read romance purely for escapism. I don't want to think about work. I don't want to think about bills. I don't want to think about adulting. Like, I just want to be transported into a romantic place, and that is why I read romance. So for me, it is an experience read, and I rate books highly if I had a good time reading it, if it left me feeling just happy, you know? Like, I don't know how to explain it. Like, I'm the type of person that if a book gives me like little butterflies in my stomach, it is a good book. I am not looking to do a college dissertation on a book. I am not looking to annotate a book. I just want to have a good time. For me, I don't really analyze too much on like character growth or the overall meaning of a book. Romances can absolutely have meaning, and most of the time they do. A lot of romances are very feminist and body positive and sex positive. A lot of romances are very feminist and focused on a woman's agency, which I think is amazing. There is usually like an underlying tone or message or a subplot that the author is trying to get across, but for me, I just really want to believe in the romance. I have to believe in the romance. I have to want our characters to be together, and I have to feel satisfied at the end. I am definitely someone who likes a happily ever after. I can even deal with a happy for now, but I want our characters to be happy and in love. I don't know if this has any relevance to things, but I am a Cancer. That is my zodiac sign, and I don't know much about zodiac signs except my own, and Cancers tend to be very emotional, and I am very emotional. I tend to cry in almost every book that I read. Obviously, like if something sad happens, if I'm reading a dark romance, I cry, but also I almost always cry at an epilogue. Like, I love seeing our characters happy and in love. That makes me cry. So it makes sense as to why I rate books more on the emotion value and less educational value, if that makes sense. I think it's really important to know like what drives a person and what they're looking for in a romance, because their rating can skew that. Every rating is an opinion, okay? Like every rating is an opinion. It's not fact. Someone can give a book 1 star and then the next person can give it 5 star. It all depends on how you take and receive that book. So I think it's important for me to say kind of how I rate my books, so you guys know, like when I give something a 5 star, you might know where that stands in your own preference of reading. So for me, I'm a character driven person. I could read a book that literally follows our 2 characters in one place and it just focuses on their romance. I don't necessarily need a ton of action drama. I love a good book that is like a telenovela, which is dramatic and sweeping, but I also honestly just care about the characters. Their characters, why are they in love, and can their romance survive after this book? Like, can I imagine this relationship in real life with them together and them loving each other? I'm really someone who loves multiple point of views. I love series that follows the same characters kind of throughout their life. I love polyamorous romances where we have multiple characters in a romance and in a relationship. I just love the characters. I know other people, especially like fantasy and sci-fi readers, they're all about the plot. They're all about the world building. For me, I love. I just love, and I want to see our characters happy and in love and communicating and them going through like regular relationship struggles. Some of my favorite parts in romances are like those little moments where characters are like on the couch watching a movie, or they're arguing about, I don't know, what to get to eat, like trying to figure out how to communicate and express their love for one another. Obviously the plot gets the story along, but for me that's not necessarily like the focus. Ending can change things, and ending can 100% change things. If I'm not feeling a book in the beginning, but it really just goes there in the ending and has a phenomenal ending, I'm gonna give it a high rating. I don't really necessarily give like an overall rating for the book. If I left that story in the ending feeling good, then I might give it a high rating. So for instance, an example is Sea of Ruin by Pam Godwin. I have a reading vlog for this video. I think it was in my reading vlog where I read Crystal's favorite books from Crystal Bookish Life. This one is so freaking good. I give it 5 stars. This is a dark pirate romance. Our heroine is a pirate. She's married to another pirate. In the book, she's married to another pirate, but they're kind of having marital troubles, and then she ends up getting captured by a pirate hunter. So it's a love triangle. And this book is a dark romance, and initially when I read this book, I was like, oh my gosh, this is almost too dark for me. Our heroine goes through so much in this book. Like, read the trigger warnings for this book. And I was like, I just don't know, like, how much more can our heroine go through? I feel like she's gone through too much. And I was very hesitant to give this a high rating because of all the trigger warnings, and just because there were so many moments where I was overwhelmed. But then the ending, the freaking ending, if you guys have ever read this book, the ending is perfect, and it's exactly what it needed to be. It's exactly what I wanted it to be. I'm not gonna tell you guys what it is because I feel like it's a spoiler, but the ending alone, I had to give it 5 stars because I was just so in awe of how our author got us to that point that I was like, 5 stars. Of course it has to be 5 stars. People might have given like an overall rating because I didn't enjoy the beginning of the book, but I enjoyed the ending, and they would have given it like a 3 or 4 star. But for me, the ending was just so sweeping and amazing that I gave it 5 stars. Another thing is, I don't care if books are realistic. Like, I am fully aware that books are fiction, so I'm totally fine with paranormal romances, shifter romances, time travel romances. Like, it doesn't have to be realistic for me. Obviously, if there's glaring plot holes, then that's a problem. But again, I do like books that are a little campy, cheesy, more telenovela-y. An example of that is Pirate's Pleasure by Heather Graham. This is another pirate romance that we read for the Historical Hellions. This book is so action-packed and dramatic, and I feel like this belongs like on a TV show, a telenovela. It's so dramatic, and a lot of people might feel like it's a little cheesy, but to me, I just loved it so much. Do I rate romances? If a romance has like a very small, minuscule thing that I don't like, sometimes I can fixate on that, and just, you know, like there's certain things that I just don't personally like. A lot of people have, you know, trigger warnings. For me, I definitely have trigger warnings for non-consent, especially if it's our hero and our heroine. I think that's a general trigger warning that a lot of people don't like. Typically, if a book has that, it is very hard to come back from it. For me personally, I'm usually not a fan of like surprise pregnancy or cheating, and there are plenty of times where if a book has that and I didn't know it had it in it, I will DNF it. I used to be the type of person that I read the book full stop. Like, even if I was hating, despising, just loathing the book, I would finish it because I was convinced that like I was missing something, or the book would get better, or I couldn't rate it properly or fairly if I didn't finish the book. I'm not at that place anymore, okay? I have so many books on my TBR that I will not finish a book if I don't like it. I am the first one to DNF a book at this point, and I don't care. I don't normally give it a rating on Goodreads. I normally just say like, hey, DNF'd at this percentage, so people know I didn't finish the book. But yeah, I'm not gonna go through that torture. Absolutely not. No, absolutely not. That's it. This was more of a chatty video. I don't really think there was a purpose to this video, but yeah, that's how I rate my books. How do you guys rate your books? Do you rate it more on the experience, or do you rate it more on the literary value of it? You know what I mean? Like, if it's a good writing style, do you guys rate it more highly? I'm not someone who really cares about like writing style or first person, second person. Like, I don't really harp on that stuff. I know like that is super important to some people. So how do you rate your books, or do you just not think about it? I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking this video. I feel like I've just been pre-filming a lot of videos recently that it just was nice to kind of like sit down and chat with you guys in this one. So I hope you didn't mind. I tend to blabble quite often. Anyways, I'm gonna go wash my hair now. So yeah, I gotta wash my hair and do some Christmas present wrapping because I haven't wrapped any Christmas presents yet. So that's what we're gonna do. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for taking time out of your day to spend time with me. It means the world to me. I hope you guys are all staying happy and healthy, and I'll see you in tomorrow's vlog. Gosh, I can't talk today. I cannot talk today. I will see you in tomorrow's Vlogmas video. I normally edit out all of my stutters, but we're just rolling with it at this point, okay? We're just rolling with it. Have a good night. Bye.